Sub? You're gonna make us some Minecraft dungeons. All Minecraft players will come across a dungeon at some point in their survival journey. A square room made up of cobble and mossy cobblestone walls holds a small treasure trove of loot and otherwise unattainable items. Provided that you're willing to take on the countless mobs that can appear from the deadly spawner, Sub doesn't really have such a good time managing that. I thought I should ask Sub to create his own set of custom dungeons for specific mobs that could potentially appear in the game sometime in the future. Thanks for cooperating, Sub. That's so kind of you. The current dungeons in vanilla Minecraft can only spawn zombies, skeletons, and spiders. And that's a very small slice of the huge array of mobs we've all grown to know and love. Or hate. So we thought we'd try our hand at reimagining how dungeons would look, and Sub here is going to be trialing them. First up, the double-tier dungeon, or the two-floor dungeon. We're starting off a little bit more basic, keeping the same room design as regular dungeons, with the cobblestone and scattered mossy cobblestone. As you can see, we enter the dungeon just as you normally would. However, you'll notice that there's only one chest, and the loot isn't very good. There's also a set of broken ladders leading downwards. Following this, you'll find yourself in the second dungeon level, now with another spawner to face and a lot more loot. On the second floor is a tripwire with a single dispenser of arrows, so watch for this randomly orientated trap, making sure to destroy the string or empty the dispensers. It's also important to note that there is no exit to the second floor, so this really is a dead end if you don't play your cards right. The loot in the second floor chests would be considerably higher, with items more akin to that of a normal dungeon chest. This design also offers a chance to find two spawners, rather than one, and each with a different type of mob. This would definitely benefit mob farmers. And on the other hand, any builder who wants to make extra mossy cobblestone would sure be in luck. So hey, Sub, why don't you try this dungeon? I'm sure you'll be just fine. The sky above is one of the most underutilized areas in the whole game, so it was only right we provided them with some inhabitants. Presenting the Phantom Island Dungeon. Appearing at least 200 blocks or higher, these dirt islands are rare spawns that have to be built to by the player or via an ender pearl, if you're smart. The surface has scattered stone brick pillars and Stonehenge formations, the tallest of which always having one or two phantom spawners. Chests also sit above these pillars, and reaching any of them can be tricky, especially with the phantoms charging and diving towards you. Trust me, at this height, you're really not gonna want to fall. From the sky to the surface, we enter a village for our next dungeon. Villages come with lots of helpful features, but we wanted to do something special with those villagers that weren't so fortunate. I mean, what happens to all of the deceased villagers after all? Entering the small stone archway, down the stairs you will find some iron gates. These gates lead to the village Catacombs. A treacherous stone brick and mossy stone brick room with graves and wall indents. Chests are found in the wall indents, which require you to dig through stone brick to reach. Chests here would have a higher chance of spawning emeralds that were buried in honor of the fallen. I guess you're a grave robber now, Sub. Perhaps we should try to make the villagers happy again, Sub. Luckily, there's a swamp biome not too far from here, rumor has it, a witch has been spotted. The next dungeon is a rare wooden and cobble entrance with a stone staircase leading down into the ground once again. Inside is a long corridor lit by redstone torches. Pulling the lever, you can find and free some villager children before taking on the crazed witches that are spawning here. Witches provide a dangerous challenge, especially when there's an entire dungeon of them. Make sure to light up the spawner and escape with the loot. These witches like to store lots of enchantments, ingredients, and potions. Give it a try, sub, if you know which witch is which. Oh, I guess he didn't. Let's try out another good deed and help the village out some more. There's a pillager outpost not far from here, and this is the spot of our next surface dungeon. Pillagers can be found in traveling parties and in outposts, but we thought it would be interesting to see what their camps look like, with a bit of a revamp. These camps can generate in the same biomes as villages, and iron golems can be found trapped in cages. As well as wool tents and outpost towers, you can now find pillager spawners scattered around. 1 to 2 ravagers will now also spawn with the camp, as well as a pillager captain. These are a difficult challenge, but with enough gear, you might be able to succeed. Try to free the golems and get the loot, sub. Well, you tried your best, and that's what's important. But now you're in the desert, so let's try to find some water before you slowly die of thirst. Well, it looks like this well is dried up. Oh well. This is a Husk lava dungeon. Appearing under dried up wells, they would have a host of tripwire dispenser traps, so watch your step. Some of the arrows may even be dipped in various desert poisons. Some lava even falls from the ceilings. With all sorts of dangers, traversing this dungeon will be difficult, and while rare to find, the chests placed at the end segments will provide diamonds, obsidian, and mob eggs. Definitely worth the challenge, don't you think, sub? Well, now we have some water. Why don't you go diving? The underwater world is fruitful and filled with life since the update, and while drowned appear a lot more now, we wanted to provide more of a challenge in the deep sea other than temples. These dungeons could be found at any point underwater, and will usually require you to use your boat to scout them out. Molten bubbles will drag you down if you're not careful, leading to a long, flooded corridor of drowned. This is surely a test of breath, with only 2 small pockets to grab some air before diving back down to fight. Trident-wielding drowned will be the most difficult here, but if you're lucky enough to beat the spawner, you'll be rewarded with sea stone shelves of 1 to 2 chests, each containing high-value sea-based loot. Shells, coral, breathing enchantments, and fish can all be gathered from here. Just make sure to loot quickly or you'll drown. We should visit the end. It's quite a deserted place, with only chorus fruit and enderman on show. Sure, there are end cities, but they are far and few between. What if you could venture down into the end stone tunnels and find vast caverns? These open rooms are very easy for endermen to use, and only a few endstone columns can help you avoid making eye contact. Sneaky endermites appear from the central spawner and can be dangerous in large numbers. Platforms on the walls of the room also hold enderman spawners. Make sure to take them all out to reach the highly placed chests, items that you wouldn't normally be able to get in the game. The last 2 dungeons can be found deep underground, so back down to an underground mineshaft we go. But we thought it right to have a type of spider dungeon that rarely appears near these mineshafts too. These dungeons act like a spider's nest, with a dirt and andesite tunnel as the entrance. Cobwebs are scattered around, hindering your movement speed. While it looks scary, it's probably one of the easier dungeons we've looked at today. Let's check in on Sub. We've had a good run, that's for sure, but we've saved the best, or perhaps in Sub's view, the worst dungeon so far. These creeper dungeons are fully encased in obsidian and are explosion-proof. While very dangerous, the loot of these dungeons provides a great reward, with a high chance of diamonds and gold. You'll need a diamond pickaxe if you want to infiltrate this dungeon. Sadly, Sub, you don't have one, but you do have the knowledge. Go on! Oh no, look out!